When armies marched across frozen rivers, through dense forests, and over muddy fields, the difference between holding a line and collapsing under pressure often came down to wood. Timber formed the backbone of fortifications, palisades, siege engines, wagons, and even rudimentary bridges. Yet in the chaos of campaigns, wood was under constant assault, not just from enemy fire, but from weather, moisture, insects, and the repeated strain of use. Preserving timber in the field was not optional, it was essential. Generals understood that a single rotted plank could undermine months of effort, while carpenters developed methods to treat, protect, and stabilize wood under the harshest conditions. Today, we explore the field preservation techniques that allowed wood to hold fast, the reasoning behind them, and how modern enthusiasts can apply these lessons for historical reconstruction, survival projects, or even off-grid building. Why wood preservation was a matter of survival in campaigns. In military history, timber was everywhere. Defensive palisades needed to resist battering rams and scaling ladders. Siege engines relied on heavy beams that could withstand repeated stress. Bridges over rivers enabled troop movements, while wagon wheels and axles had to endure mud, snow, and long marches. If wood failed, lives were lost and positions compromised. Carpenters and engineers understood that protecting timber was as strategic as training soldiers. Historical accounts from medieval sieges and Napoleonic campaigns show teams of craftsmen assigned specifically to maintain and treat wood, demonstrating that preservation was embedded in military planning. For anyone studying historical construction or survival techniques, this emphasizes the importance of preparation over improvisation. The first line of preservation was careful selection and seasoning. Carpenters avoided freshly cut wet timber for structures under load. Instead, logs were air-dried whenever possible, stacked with spacers to allow airflow, and rotated to promote even drying. Slow drying reduced internal tension, preventing cracks and warping under strain. Even in field conditions, improvised shelters or ventilated stacks could accelerate this process. For modern enthusiasts, this principle translates directly to off-grid construction or historical reconstruction. Choose timber with tight grain, season it gradually, and ensure it is free from visible moisture before use. The extra patience pays off in long-lasting stability. Field conditions demanded creative solutions. Carpenters used low heat from campfires or small, controlled smoldering piles to remove residual moisture and harden the timber surface. Smoke added another layer of protection, depositing natural compounds that repelled insects and limited fungal growth. For example, wagon axles and planks for temporary bridges might be treated with hours of gentle smoke over embers before deployment. Modern practitioners can replicate this by creating a small, contained smoke source, rotating timber periodically, and, monitoring heat exposure. The goal is gradual, even treatment, avoiding charring while enhancing durability. Rain, snow, and frost presented continuous threats. Northern armies often elevated logs above ground, shielding them with canvas or bark while allowing airflow. Even in southern campaigns, timbers were stacked under temporary shelters to prevent warping and moisture absorption. This combination of elevation, ventilation, and gentle heat ensured that wood remained usable throughout the campaign. In practical terms, off-grid builders or reenactors can mimic these techniques by raising timber off damp ground, covering it with breathable material, and providing light warmth or smoke treatment. Even rudimentary measures can honestly, significantly extend the life of field wood. Preservation did not end with initial treatment. Carpenters continuously inspected structures, replacing compromised beams and rotating components like bridge planks or siege engine supports. This proactive maintenance was critical in campaigns where exposure to constant stress and weather could quickly degrade untreated timber. For modern applications, regularly monitoring and maintaining treated timber, whether for shelters, tools, or bridges, ensures longevity and prevents small problems from becoming catastrophic. The lessons of field preservation are surprisingly practical for modern use. Slow drying, smoke treatment, careful selection, and proactive maintenance create wood that resists cracking, decay, and environmental stress. Whether building historically accurate reconstructions, off-grid shelters, or survival structures, these techniques offer a low-tech, effective path to long-lasting results. Historical carpenters relied on observation, patience, and adaptability, principles that remain essential today. The final lesson from timber that held the line. Wood preserved in the field tells a story of ingenuity, resourcefulness, and the marriage of craftsmanship with strategy. Historical carpenters combined careful selection, slow drying, gentle heat smoke treatment, and constant maintenance to produce timber capable of enduring campaigns, harsh climates, and enemy action. By understanding and applying these methods, modern enthusiasts can ensure that their structures, tools, and shelters perform reliably over time. Timber that holds the line is more than wood. It is a testament to the skill and foresight of those who built under pressure. If you value historical insight, practical survival techniques, and the enduring wisdom of past builders, make sure to subscribe to Echoes of Valor. Share this knowledge with fellow enthusiasts and keep the lessons of field preservation alive for generations to come.